Hi, I'm Griffin, and today I'm going to talk about why I believe the US Congress should have term limits. Right now, members of Congress can be re-elected over and over again, and some stay in office for decades. I think that's a problem. Term limits would help make our government more fair, more honest, and more connected to the people it's supposed to serve. Let's start with the first reason. Some members of Congress have been in office for 30, 40, even 50 years. That's a long time. While experience can be helpful, staying in power too long can make politicians out of touch with everyday Americans. Think about how much the world has changed in the last 20 years. We've seen major shifts in technology, climate change, education, and healthcare. We need leaders who can understand these changes and bring fresh ideas to the table. If we had term limits, we'd get new voices in Congress more often, people who are closer to the issues that matter today. It would also give younger and more diverse candidates a better chance to run and win, which would make Congress more representative of the country. Reason 2. The longer someone stays in office, the more likely they are to build close relationships with lobbyists and big donors. Over time, this can lead to decisions that benefit special interests instead of regular people. For example, long serving members often receive large campaign donations from corporations or political action committees, and that can influence how they vote. Term limits would break up these long term conditions and make it harder for politicians to get too comfortable or too powerful. It would also remind elected officials that they're there to serve the public, not to build a career or to protect their own interests. Reason number 3. Right now, it's really hard to beat someone who's already in Congress. They have name recognition, more money, and more connections. That means fewer people run against them, and voters don't have many choices. In fact, over 90% of incumbents win re election, even when people are unhappy with Congress as a whole. With term limits, elections would be more competitive, more people would run for office, and voters would have real choices between different ideas and priorities. It would also reduce the influence of money in politics, since new candidates wouldn't have to compete with decades of fundraising power. Counterpoint. Now, some people argue that term limits would force out experienced lawmakers who know how things work. That's a fair point. But Congress isn't just one person. Lawmakers have staff committees and experts to help them understand complex issues, and many states already have term limits for their legislators, and they still pass laws and get things done. Besides, experiment doesn't always mean better results. Sometimes new leaders are often willing to listen, compromise, and take action, especially when they know they won't be in office forever. In conclusion, term limits would help make Congress more honest, more fair, and more responsive to the people. They'd bring new ideas, reduce corruption, and give voters meaningful choices. If you limit the president to 2 terms, why not do the same for Congress? It's time to make our government work better for everyone. And term limits are a step in the right direction.